you got old Captain Coyote taking you for a ride on the mystery ship. Yes, indeed, the spaceship Love. Yeah, from 9,000 feet high in the Rocky Mountain sky. Oh, baby. Ain't fun to just have a little launch pad like this where we can just take off and fly only and exclusively on the Hazy Radio Network. Do you get this guy, Grandpa Coyote, that knows that you know how to fly? Babies, all you gotta do is just let yourself remember. Don't wait till September or October. Do it now, babies. You know, this is the end how time of the harvest. In the early part of the summer, wouldn't you say, ooh, getting this June, whatever this is, 13. Oh, no wonder it's such a wild-ass Monday. Ooh, we got a moon underway, man. Well, we got another. Maybe that'll come up just about the same time as that little Intervision conference there in Villa Grove, the Joyful Journey Hot Springs. Be there, be square, babies. And if you're square, well, come on over there. We'll round you out a bit, man. You'll know you've been found. Just like you do here each and every day, Monday through Friday, as you got Grandpa Coyote helping you along the way, babies. You know, last week, you know, I was like, really had my heart set on going to my 50th high school class reunion. You know, I know that tells a little bit about my chronological age, but oh well, you know, try and get any younger you. It doesn't work, man, you know. Just kidding around with you, baby. Anyhow, I had my heart kind of set on going there, but something told me that I was going to have an issue if I went there, and I didn't want to do it. You know, I finally just, and then things got in my way and I couldn't go anyway, you know what I mean? But God, what a blessing it turned out to be. I mean, I still feel cosmically connected with all those people, and probably always will be, wouldn't you be? Yeah, indeed. So I was there kind of like in my heart presence and hanging out with them. But, you know, like I said, I was going through some pretty challenging moments this weekend. You know, I've been dealing with this radical dang spider bite on my head that just, you know, normally I can transform just about anything. And kind of frustrating to have something come along, hang on this long, you know, and affect me so, you know, like a little bit like baffling, you know. Why? I mean, I get in such a good energy flow, etc. You know, I got all these angels helping me and ancestrals too and all the rest of it, man. All the cosmic magic you could ask for and then some. I'm a spoiled little brat, aren't you? I thought so. But here I was, you know, and I could feel it taking me down. You know, the old poisons was getting inside of me, and, you know, I just wasn't coming around. I'm going, wow. You know, and that was another factor in, I mean, I didn't know if I could take an 8-hour drive or a 10-hour drive, whatever it takes to get over there. I didn't know if I could do it, especially when I had to do it back-to-back, go over and hang out for a day or two and get back here so I could do the radio show, don't you know. I can't leave my audience hanging, because that's my family, and it ain't the audience at all. Well, I'm audience too, man. We're all kind of witnesses to it, ain't we? The ever-expensive heart in motion. Expansive. It ain't expensive. It's free as can be. Just like you and I are right now, don't you see? Clink, clink, clink all the way around. Here's to your loving hearts. And may they always be found ever expansive too, baby, because that's what we do. So in other words, I still feel very deeply attached, and profoundly so, to my roots there in that little cow town in Utah, man, and all those sweet kids I went to school with who, God, were baffled by me, and I was bad, just like I was baffled by them back in the day. I'm sure if I'd gotten there, we'd had a really good time underway, and I'm sure they had a good time anyway, and I love them so. Just like I do you, man, only more, because you my family, babies. Yeah, that's my tribe over there. You my family, man. We're the bigger tribe, and the smaller tribe, too, the microcosm from which the macrocosm, or what is it? Well, anyway, it all expands outward from there, right? This tiny little family might be 103, might be 300, don't you see? But whatever it is, it's you, me, and all the rest that we feel and see here each and every day in that Coyote way on the Coyote Medicine Show, wouldn't you say? Ooh, baby, Hazy Radio help you get it on all the time, but especially when Grandpa's on early in the day. A wake-up call, ooh, baby, get you underway, rocking for the rest of the day, eh? Maybe sometimes with a little bafflement on your face, but not by the time we're done, because by then you're the rising sun, and you feel just right about everything, man. You got that direct light, that direct connect. Ooh, baby, you see? that's how I could step away from such an experience and be okay with it, you know. I really didn't want to make that long drive anyway. I'm getting lazy in my old age. A guy used to cover 1,000 miles a day in a big truck like it was nothing. Don't even want to drive 50 miles to have to go get supplies and stuff anymore. Let alone over to Utah. But there was also the issue, the underlying issue, you know, me being Pope Mary J. and so visible, well, I didn't want to, you know, challenge anybody's reality too badly, especially the law enforcement out there in the desert, that sneaky little snake. Now, if I'd been going there in a truck, no problem, but in a car with Colorado plates, they're going to pull you over and check you out no matter what, you know. And I'm always going to have a little pot with me because, you know, I live for the sacred herb, man. I am Pope Mary Jane and, you know, advertising it all over the internet too, you know. So, babies, you know, I just figured, well, I better, because I don't know how chill Utah is right now about that shit. I don't think they're very chill. You know, they've always been a little uptight that way, you know, but we always got away with it even when we lived there long, long time ago, baby. So anyway, it was all cool, but the amazing side of it. Because I remained here this weekend, then, like I told you earlier, a couple of divine angels show up at my door, some old friends from way back when. Hadn't been here for a couple, 3 years. They came by, pay a little visit, and brought with them some magic medicine that actually is working and cleaning me up, getting my whole body healed up from the effects of this nasty-ass poison in me from this spider bite. I don't know how it got so deeply embedded in me, but it certainly did. I tell you, it's just, like I said, it's amazing to me that I would have such an effect, but there it is. Deal with it, old man. So here comes the angels, say, okay, we'll bring somebody really cool your way, and they'll help you out, too. Of course, it's always mutual. When anybody's helping you, you're helping them, etc. We're all in service to one another. But I kind of feel like those folks saved my life once again. You know, when they showed up here and brought that magic medicine with them that helped me so, you know, get it clear, man, and get on with life, man. I'm no longer, you know, going down. I'm coming back up, see, you know. These cycles we go through are weird, man, you know. And I go through accelerated ones just because of what I do here, you know. And so being the rock and roll universal DJ that I am, it's a challenging life, but what the hell, I've lived on the edge most all this life. It's actually getting pretty smooth now and easy by comparison to where I have been. Yet I look at it now, I bless every bit of it. I don't see difficulty in it because I'm here where I am right now, and that brought me here. That's what delivered me right to Paradise's door, eh? And then brought angels to help me along the way. And if I'd have gone to my class reunion, I would have missed it. And I wouldn't have seen these guys again probably for another year or two. Who knows? Hopefully we'd see them sooner than that. But wow. And how. See how magic works in your life. If you just don't doubt your heart, just go with the flow. You know, you get all kinds of indications. You know, but don't trick yourself into thinking it's a mental process and you have to figure it out. It's a relaxation time, and you just got to understand and go with that flow, whatever it is, especially in what you would call major little moments like that could have made a tremendous difference. I might not have lived to tell about that trip. Could have been something totally different that I was being warned about, you know. Maybe that would have worn me down physically to the presence where I wouldn't be present anymore. I have to be on the other side for a little while, and I ain't ready for that ride. I like it here. I want to help us all get it clear. And in this whole death thing, don't you know, so we can get on with the medicine shows like we've been describing before. So these people in high places, you know, didn't get away with anything. So the saints that they delivered to death's door brings life back and says, hey, baby, how you doing, man? Gives them a big hug, etc. I mean, these guys are going to be scared to death till they realize it's all love. See, we're all about uniting the realm, see? So one little moment, one little thing, well, I mean, it was a significant deal to me to miss my 50th class reunion, especially since I hadn't seen most of these people in 50-something years, man, you know. Well, shucks. But here I am. Now I'm going to be living, and I'm sure I'll see them again, man, you know, and I'm going to keep on living, you know. From here it's upwards and getting clear, dear, for the rest of forever, man. And expanding and growing and loving and flowing because that's what we're here to be and do. You see, so I'm just living an exemplary life in some ways so that you can kind of figure out yours, man, and just kind of see what the flow is and go with it. Sometimes It'll take you to places that you wouldn't even imagine yourself being. Other times it'll keep you so far away from them, you just bless it for not being, you know. And everything in between, I'm telling you, baby. It's a wild ride, but it's a smooth one when you just let it flow. Even if the moves you have to make are radical, you look at it, you don't consider it, you just see it. And then you be it. You just go with that flow. So maybe if it tells you do this, that, the other, man, maybe you just go wherever the eyes of the heart are leading you, you know. This feeling. In this feeling, you know. See, the feeling's what gives us reality, what gives us presence here. It's our anchor in the rooted reality of the physicality, from which we blossom and grow into all the multi-dimensionality of the reality we live in, all of it. Way beyond the universe, baby. There's many universes. I once saw the tree of life, like a great big old holiday tree. I mean, great big, huge, beyond belief. And there's all these beautiful shiny ornaments hanging on those branches and limbs, you know. Each one of them's a universe. We're just one little bauble on a much, much larger tree, man. But we're shiny and we're glittery and we're essential here, just like all the rest of them. You lose one, you lost them all. Bring them all together, the whole tree of life becomes blossoming with the bloom of life and never quits. That's why we've gone to those places you'd call the shits. That's why the rock's been in the roll. But it's all music, and musical, don't you know? Music of the heart and soul. Music that keeps you in the flow, or at least directs you toward it again and again. And usually towards the end of life you start to see a little bit of it, then you croak. And now we get to take the big toke on the mother love, the pipe of mother love, man. Mary Jane Supreme and then some. Which brings, with one little toke, brings absolute clarity to your life. You're just starting to inhale it now. Do it slow so you can appreciate it. Yeah. Don't go jamming your lungs too full all at once. You'll cough it all up and have to start all over again. And what a mess. Don't do that. Take it slow and easy on yourself, don't you know? Now, you understand the metaphor I'm talking about? When you indulge in this truth, don't slam yourself with it. Take it nice and easy. You know, it'll expand quick enough, but if you can learn the flow, ooh, then you really, really begin to grow. I mean, expansively and rapidly, too. It'll just take your breath away, but it won't take your breath away because you allowed yourself to ease into it. So you have to kind of, in a way, get the personal will out of it and accept the will of the heart, which is your person, your truth, your one person, as a personal experience in a vast reality that's filled with experiences beyond imaginality. How about that, eh? Is that the blossom getting full? Is that your heart getting on the roll? Is that your morning love giving in a cup of love? Well, by golly, we'll have another toke on our holy grail here. You know, we got the one toke at a time mug this morning from the CoyoteClub.com. Maybe you should go check out what we got over there in the gift shop. Get you one underway. Or meet me at Joyful Journey on the June 24th through 26th. And we'll have some to offer there, too. You can get it directly from me there. And give maybe a little smooch on the cheek or the forehead to go with it, man, because I love you so. Each and every one of you. And meeting your little bodily person would be, ever present in the effervescent life of love, I'd say. You know, this family owes itself a little materialization in the dematerialization world, eh? Dematerialized world, I should say. Bring it all back together out of that. See, we go back to the cosmic goo, they call it, the resonant love that's just expanding everywhere, just glowing, growing, because that's what it does. You can't stop it. It is effervescent forever. And then you just start to find your place in it again. That's called birth. B-E-R-T-H, finding your place, finding your safe harbor, the dock that you tie up to so you can party your ass off for the rest of forever, man. Take a cruise whenever you want to, too, and come right back. You don't lose your berth. You don't lose your place. It's always there for you. Life is in motion, and it's love, like a wave on the ocean, steady, sure, and it knows right where it's going, but it's drifted along by the wind, man. The wind of the spirit heart, the great love of the wings of the eagle creates somewhere out there in the universe, man, the big bird, you betcha. And it don't look, tall and yeller like that one did on the Muppets either. This is the real big bird, man. I think it's coming alive inside of you too, man. I think that's your tribe. I think that's your central essence. The bird tribe, which means, of course, the angel tribe. Of course, the winged ones. Living in human form, de-winged for a while, and cast into hell as angels. And we allowed it. We did it voluntarily. All of us. From the most wicked and evil thing you can imagine to the most blissed and blessed. All of us cast ourselves into this hell. Voluntarily. As an act of love. A great sacrifice in a way, yeah, but in another way, purely the experience we needed to be in for a while. So we would be alive today and able to get it underway. And bring ourselves back up out of that mucky old pit with all of its sticky shit. Wipe it off, get clear, grow our wings back, and babies, take it all with us. And not leave an ounce of it behind, because we remember where we've been, we know where we're going. Because we know how to be discorporate, we're completely corporated now. In harmony with everything, you see, and we'll never let go. The expansion will be personal and cosmic forevermore, but in complete harmony, because we know what disharmony is. We created a world with that in it, and a universe. It's another thing you got to remember as you're watching the effects of this change, this awakening, going on inside of yourself and the reflections of it in the world around you. You just have to remember that you're here to see and be truth. The true love in everything, which rectifies this nightmarish dream and brings it back to the fulfillment of the heart scheme, which all along was to create the most expansive love there could ever be. The greatest orgasm ever felt in all of reality, every bit of it. And baby, don't take that the wrong way. This orgasm starts in the heart and completes itself in everything that lives. It's the most expansive moment you could ever conceive of. And in its conception is your life given, totally and completely to creation. Through this orgasmic experience, you flow right back into all of it, sparkling and shining, and personally appreciating every little aspect of it, which of course rectifies it in the heart of all, and brings a completion to creation, which is like the beginning moment all over again. Well, now we get the fullness of the flow, and still just a little bit of it, don't you know? We know what it's like to be away from it. We know what it's like to live in hell, in a prison, tied up, trussed up, tortured, and abused. We know how that feels. We know how it feels to be on the dishing out end, too. We've done it all. We've chosen a raft of experience for ourselves to ripen our soul into the fullest cosmic presence there could ever be. That's our unity. That's our justification for being here. But this is how we correct it too, dear. As the veil falls away from our eyes, we no longer accept the illusion, but see the vision and live in the vision of our reality through feeling. Deep, deep feeling, I might add. But you feel it in the heart area first and foremost, just like you feel connections with others in that heart. See, this is your true definer, your heart, and the love within that heart that gives it its intelligence, the resonation that keeps it in harmony with life, you see. So you go through all these dramatic little moments here, whatever they might be, whether it's missing a reunion or something else, so you can get yourself well and get out of the hell and get on with the life of paradise, because that's where we are already, see. Follow that flow. It knows where to go. It knows where to be. It knows who you are. And now so do ye as a person. See, and don't discard this thing you call ego, man, because it what fulfills you. You just convert it, man. Convert it by what? Persistence. Holding true and steady in that flow. And it's got to go along, don't you know? And it becomes a more powerful part of your person than it ever knew itself to be before, let me tell you. Because it's all unified. And when it is, then it's all completely, uniformly created. All of it. And you look back and see that's your true experience all along anyway. The conflict was the unreality. The love is real. The life is too. And that's the deal, coming through to you. 'Cause it's truth, baby. Truth that you've chosen to reveal to yourself right in the here and now. And the and how of the Coyote Medicine Show. Salute, don't you know? Only on the Hazy Radio Network now, speaking about unity and heartfelt gatherings. Besides the Joyful Journey one, June 24 through 26, there's also the upcoming Crestone Music Festival where I will be there hanging out, and I have a little booth there and everything. Man, you guys want to be there and party down with Grandpa and friends. There'll be a bunch of angels from all over this world and beyond it too. Who knows what might happen there by August? Gee whiz, we're this far along in June. Well, August is going to sing a whole new tune. Might have angels there. Consciously present, you know, accompanying the rock and roll medicine show of the Crestone International Music Festival. Real famous too, by the way. Draws a good crowd. You want to get your reservations in early, man. Get your ticks now. Get over to thecoyoteclub.com and get them. And Coyotes with K, Clubs with a K. As always, K's the way. Oh, it's amazing the flow when you get in the glow, don't you know? Here on the Hazy Radio Network with Grandpa Coyote, the Coyote Medicine Show. Ooh, babies, don't you know? Sometimes we really get real here and challenge your sensibilities a bit, man, don't we? Take it a little beyond the limit, because there are no limits, man. Sometimes it's rock, sometimes it's roll, sometimes it's rock and roll. Sometimes you have to hear behind the obvious meaning to the real intent of the heart, see. This is learning yourself to see what's real inside of yourself, so you won't hold yourself back anymore in any way, shape, or form, but just become the ever-loving heart that you are, you see. So you got to challenge yourself, challenge the reality, and recognize the challenge in it. And the challenge is in your ability to see what truthfully be at play here. That means you got to move beyond the games, the shenanigans, and all the corruption that's here. And goodness gracious, these days, the janitor's corrupt. He takes bribes to go through your garbage, etc. I mean, and it goes there on through every level and strata of the economic reality that we live in, man, or we have lived in. Because, babies, it's come loose. Its day is done. It's a setting sun for those that play that way. And that means, well, baby, a tragedy for a lot, right? No, see beyond the obvious. See the reality. Humanity has finally given up its measurement, its judgment, its bullshit reality. I'm coming back to the finality of the ever-expansive, loving heart that lives creatively in every moment that is, and always has, and always will. Fulfill the bill there in the heart.